It's a funny thing. You spend enough time growing stuff in pots, and you start noticing that the plants figure out the seasons are turning before even you do. I clocked it this morning. Half my little potted trees had decided all at once that it's go time. Usually that's my signal that things are about to get busy around here. So I figured I would sit down and actually catch you up on where the channel's at. So it's been a minute. But first thing, and this is the big one on my end, I've been buried in a potting mix experiment for the last few weeks. So here's the deal. So much of what makes or breaks a fruit tree in a pot comes down to what you fill the pot with. And I got tired of just guessing. So I mixed up 3 different blends, potted up the same kind of dwarf tree in each one, and I've been tracking them side by side. Watering, drainage, how fast they push new growth, all of it. It's slow, unglamorous work, and it's nowhere near done. But the whole point of it is so that when we tell you what to use in a video, it's because I actually watched it work with my own eyes, not because I just read it somewhere and repeated it. Without giving the whole thing away, since that's a future video, one of the 3 is already sort of embarrassing itself. It holds so much water that the pot feels like a swamp 2 days after I water it. And the tree in it is just sulking. Another one drains out so fast I feel like I'm out here with the watering can constantly. And then there's a middle one that so far seems to be getting it right. But what I want to watch it through, I want to watch it through a full stretch of hot weather before I say that on camera, because plenty of things go great for 2 weeks and then fall apart the second it gets truly hot. So I'm sitting on my hands and letting it run. Just make sure the audio is good as well. While I had everything pulled apart for that, I finally dealt with a repotting that I had been dreading doing. A bunch of the trees had gone properly root bound. You tip them out, and it's just a solid wall of roots like circling the pot with barely any soil left. So I spent the better part of 2 days teasing those roots loose, bumping things up into bigger containers, and freshening everything up. Uh, my back had some opinions about all that afterwards, but they all look about 10 times happier for it. So it was worth the groaning. Somewhere in the middle of all that, I finally built out the growing space itself, which I had been meaning to do forever. The way I had the pots arranged before, half of them were fighting each other for good light, and the other half were basically sitting in the shade of the bigger ones all afternoon. So I built a sample stepped bench, nothing fancy, just some boards and a Saturday. That puts everything on tiers so that each pot gets its own slice of the sun. I made a bigger difference than I expected. Things that were leaning and stretching toward the light before are standing up straight now. It's the kind of change that you can't really sell in a thumbnail, but it's exactly the sort of small fix that quietly makes everything grow better. And I'll probably show you how I did it at some point. Now, I'll be honest with you about one that nearly beat me to. That dwarf citrus some of you have seen in the background of a few of the videos, the sad looking one. I genuinely thought that I lost it. It dropped nearly every leaf over the cold stretch and just sat there looking like a stick for weeks. I came real close to just tossing it, but I gave it one more chance, changed a couple of things, and about 10 days ago, it started pushing tiny new leaves out along the whole trunk. I may have overreacted a little when I spotted them. The point being, sometimes the plant knows something that you don't. Patience does more than panicking ever will. Oh, and I picked up something new that I'm pretty excited about. I'm not going to name it yet because I don't want to hype up a variety that I haven't actually grown. But it's a dwarf type that's supposed to do really well in a container and start fruiting young. And if even half of what I've read about it holds up, it could be a great one to recommend to the total beginners among all of you. It's potted up now, and I'm just watching it settle in. If it earns its spot, you'll see plenty of it down the line. On the channel side of things, I've been slowly clawing my way back through the comments. Like, there is a real backlog here. Like, a lot of you have been asking genuinely good specific questions, the kind that deserve an actual answer and not just a thumbs up. And I've been trying to get to as many as I can, which leads me to what's coming, because I've been quietly saving the best of those questions. There's a "you asked, here's the honest answer" style video in the works, where we just work through the ones that keep coming up. I think it'll be a good one because it's built out of entirely stuff you actually wanted to know, instead of me guessing at what you might be curious about. With, that's just the way it is with a lot of videos. Uh, those always end up being the videos people tell me help them the most, and I don't think that it's a coincidence. And I can't really do this update without mentioning it. We crossed a subscriber number recently that honestly made me stop and stare at the screen for a second. I'm not going to, make a big cheesy thing out of it, but I remember when this channel was just a handful of people watching, and the fact that there's now a whole crowd of you out there growing fruit in pots on balconies and patios and tiny back steps because of something we showed you, that gets me. It really does. So that's the state of things. The mixed trial is running. Everything's repotted. The citrus rose from the dead. The comments are nearly caught up, and there's a genuinely fun video coming, built out of your questions. I don't have the exact dates because I've learned my lesson about promising those, but it's all moving and it's all real. Thanks for being patient with me through the quiet stretch here. Your pots are probably stirring right about now, same as mine are. So keep an eye on them this week.